Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. This presentation provides a detailed troubleshooting guide for the DTC P0498, which indicates an issue with the EVAP canister vent shut valve circuit low voltage in Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017. The focus is on understanding the error, identifying possible causes, symptoms, and following step-by-step diagnostic procedures. The EVAP system primarily manages fuel vapor emissions, with the EVAP canister vent shut valve playing a crucial role by controlling venting of fuel vapors to the atmosphere. Faults in this component can result in increased emissions and potential drivability problems. The diagnostic process outlined here is based on official Honda service procedures, ensuring accurate diagnostics and repair to restore system functionality. Attention to each testing step is essential to identify whether the issue is electrical, wiring, or component failure. This step involves creating a controlled circuit by connecting specific terminals with a jumper wire, simulating a grounded condition. Terminals A and B, which include the red wire at the vent valve connector, are bridged to the vehicle ground to test the circuit's response. The test verifies continuity between the jumper and the ground when the wire is open or broken. If continuity is established with the jumper in place and the system responds accordingly, wiring is confirmed intact. If no continuity is detected, or if the circuit behaves unexpectedly, the wiring leading from the PCM to the vent valve is likely damaged or faulty, requiring repair or replacement. The final diagnostic step includes ensuring all electrical connectors are properly reconnected following repairs. The PCM, or Powertrain Control Module, should be reset using the HDS to clear any stored fault codes and establish a baseline. An idle learn procedure is then performed to allow the ECU to adapt to the repaired system condition, ensuring smooth operation. Running the EVAP test again verifies if the issue has been resolved. If the DTC P0498 does not reoccur, the repair is successful. If problems persist, replacing the PCM with a known good unit or updating software might be necessary, followed by a thorough verification to confirm the system functions correctly and the fault is cleared. DTC P0498 indicates a low voltage issue in the EVAP canister vent shut valve circuit within the Honda Accord's EVAP system. This fault involves the electrical circuit controlling the vent valve, which is found near the fuel tank area, specifically integrated into the EVAP canister assembly. The circuit includes wiring harnesses, relays, and the vent shut valve itself. The PCM, or Powertrain Control Module, communicates with the vent valve via a dedicated 2-pin connector, ensuring precise control of vapors circulating or venting during various engine conditions. The fault is characterized by a mismatch between expected and actual voltage signals from the circuit, leading to the DTC being set. Because the EVAP system manages fuel vapor emissions, faults here may trigger check engine lights and impact vehicle emissions compliance. The explicit causes for DTC P0498 include electrical wiring issues such as open circuits or shorts that disrupt voltage signals to or from the EVAP vent shut valve. A faulty or internally damaged vent valve might not respond properly to commands, resulting in abnormal circuit readings. Damaged relays or corroded connectors can also cause mismatched voltage signals, leading to a low voltage error. Additionally, software issues or outdated PCM firmware can impair communication control, sometimes setting false faults. Recognizing these potential causes is fundamental for accurate diagnosis, as the troubleshooting process systematically isolates each component and connection to pinpoint the actual fault source along the circuit path. Symptoms of the P0498 fault primarily include the illumination of the check engine light, which is a visual alert from the vehicle's onboard diagnostic system. Drivers may also notice a potential EVAP system warning or a fuel smell emanating from the vehicle, indicating vapor leaks or venting issues. Because the vent shut valve controls fuel vapor emissions, a malfunction can lead to increased emissions, contributing to environmental concerns and possibly causing the vehicle to fail emissions tests. Additionally, if the fault is intermittent, the driver might experience sporadic issues with engine performance or vapor management without it being constantly active. Recognizing these symptoms early can help target diagnostics efficiently. The first step in troubleshooting involves turning the ignition switch to the on position, which energizes the vehicle's electrical systems, including the ECU and sensors. Using the Honda Diagnostics System, or HDS, technician clears any existing DTCs to establish a baseline for new fault detection. After clearing, the system is checked for any pending or confirmed codes related to the EVAP system, particularly P0498. If the fault appears again during subsequent tests, it verifies that the problem persists and requires further investigation. If no DTCs are present, the system might be okay, or the fault could be intermittent or related to wiring or connection issues that don't trigger codes until next active testing. This step involves initiating the EVAP system diagnosis via the HDS by selecting the specific EVAP test mode. The technician then commands the system to turn the EVAP canister vent shut valve on or open, allowing monitoring of its response. This test verifies if the valve and circuit respond correctly under controlled conditions. During this test, the system monitors for the reappearance of DTC P0498. If the error reappears, the issue is confirmed as persistent and requires further troubleshooting. If the DTC does not recur, the fault may be intermittent, or the problem could be due to loose connections or contact issues, rather than a definitive component failure. Turning the ignition to the off position ensures that electrical loads are minimized and the circuit is safe to test. Disconnecting the EVAP canister vent shut valve 2P connector isolates the circuit from the component. Using a multimeter or HDS, measure the voltage between specified test points, specifically between the wire labeled WHT and ground, to verify the presence of battery voltage. Consistent voltage indicates the FI sub RLY outline is functioning properly, supplying power to the vent valve. If voltage is missing, an open or break in the wiring or a defective relay may be responsible, necessitating wire repair or relay replacement before proceeding. In this step, the technician tests the internal condition of the EVAP canister vent shut valve by measuring its resistance with a multimeter. The vehicle should be in the off or lock position to ensure the circuit is de-energized. Measuring resistance across the valve terminals verifies its internal coil integrity. A reading of approximately 25 to 30 ohms suggests the coil windings are intact and the component is functional. Deviations outside this range, especially very high or infinite resistance, indicate internal damage or open coils requiring valve replacement. Accurate resistance measurements help confirm whether the component itself is at fault or if electronic control circuitry is to blame. This troubleshooting step assesses if a short circuit exists within the wiring harness controlling the vent shut valve. By jumping the SCS line with the HDS, the technician simulates the circuit being active or grounded. Disconnecting the PCM connector A minimizes possible interference or faults originating within the PCM. The continuity between test points established via a multimeter tells whether the VSV wire is shorted to ground or other circuits. If continuity exists, it indicates a short, which must be repaired by inspecting and repairing the wiring between the vent valve and the PCM. Resolving wiring shorts ensures proper voltage signals, preventing false DTC triggers. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.